Chart Nerd TA update. I'm going to be looking at Everdome today, and we're here back on the daily time frame. So straight off the back for me, okay, you can see that Everdome from this local high, okay, is pulling back in some sort of channel here on the daily time frame, okay, where it's caught between support and resistance. Okay, we'll look at the smaller time frame shortly, but I did basically say, okay, that guys, potentially what's happening here is we're retesting this neckline of a double bottom pattern right here, okay, and we basically come back down to support for it. So what happened is we coiled up here, okay, we had this ascending triangle, we had a low, resistance, higher low, came up, retested resistance to support and broke out. And I think I said that this technical target was met, okay, so it was from there to there. Now when you come up and where you broke out, okay, which was we actually broke out here. Okay, you can see that you ran up to that technical target. Okay, so that was a nice, what opportunity was that? If you would have got off this low, you would have had a nice 36%, 39% upside basically off of this higher low here, and this ascending triangle breakout. Okay, so what's happened is, okay, you come up, you've met that technical target, and right now you're basically retracing back down to it as support. And okay, and we've had a nice touch of support off that yesterday. Okay, and the actual daily close yesterday closed above this level, which is quite good to see. So what we want to see is continuation of this trend line being closed above. Okay, we want to see 0.0238 continue as support. Okay, because what you can see here as well is potentially what Everdome could be doing is getting a throwback into this ascending level of support. So you can see you've got support here, support, multiple points of contacts of support. Okay, you're coiling up on the support line. Right now, potentially, you are coiling back down, looking to get a touch off this support line. If you lose that 0.02, where do we have it? So if we lose 0.0238, okay, do look for a retest of this ascending level of support here, okay, because that's where I'm expecting a bounce. Now, what I've noticed again is this is some sort of it's like a flag. Okay, so you've come up from this low, met a technical target, you're pulling back to support, looking to get your continuation out of here. Okay, so as long as you hold this ascending level of support here on the daily, things aren't looking too bad. Okay, and you will be looking at higher targets to the upside. Okay, so it's all about holding this channel. Okay, if you start to see Dome break out of this channel and start to do something like this, okay, you are looking at more upside if you break out of this channel here, because you can see you're caught. Look, you're caught between a rock and a hard place, getting squeezed down somewhere, looking for support. Okay, and if you find support and hold it, you're going to get your continuation. Now, if we was to start retracing a little bit more here, okay, we go from this high, retracing back down to this low, okay, this low point, you could see that what Everdome potentially will be looking to come down and hold as support, okay, is the 0.50. Okay, so again, we've got that rough number right there, okay, with this trend line which sits at 0.0236 to 238. Okay, it's ascending level of support, so it's very hard to say where we could actually find support on, but it's around that sort of area. Okay, and as I said, on retracement, the 0.50 to the 0.0618 are the areas that you want to hold support. Okay, and that 0.50 ties up with this trend line right here. Okay, so that's at a very important moment. If you start to come down and lose this 0.50 and hit your head on it, you're creating something called a reversal wave, where you're looking to come down to further levels of support or previous lows of which you bounced up from. Okay, so that it could be that could be a potential here, guys. Okay, if we do start to see ourselves losing the 0.50 and the 0.618, okay, and starting to come down and hit your head on them like this and failing to break above them, you are looking at further retracement, potentially back down to this one fib at 0.0192. Okay, and if that does happen along the cards, okay, we will have a little talk about that. But I've mentioned, okay, you've come up in this massive wave. It wouldn't surprise me if you come down for a larger wave for higher support, okay, creating a higher low than this low, okay, and then looking to get your continuation back out of here. Okay, and you'd be forming some sort of really large ascending level of support within a large ascending triangle, okay, where you've got this low, you've got this high, you come down, you create this other low, you bounce back up, and then you get your break, okay, because that's what I've mentioned in previous videos. That's what a lot of projects have done. Okay, they've created this large potential wave one, come back for a wave two pullback, and then looking to break out of their local highs, okay, their resistance. So for me, okay, it's all about holding this ascending level of support here on the daily time frame. Okay, come down. If you get a bounce off that and break out of this trend line, break out of this resistance, okay, that's your confirmation signal that you are looking to bounce here and potentially retest the high that you've come down from. Okay, So it's all about holding this trend line of support. It's all about holding this trend line of support within this correction, okay, and looking for the bounce off of that. Again, equally, if I get the we'll keep that in actually, because that's a very strong line of support we have right now as well. Okay, so there's a crossroads. You can basically see that that's a crossroads. If you come down like this, start to do something like this, it's a crossroads. Okay, it'll make a decision basically. It's getting squeezed into a corner and getting price compression. But yeah, if we look at the daily in 2055, I did also say that it would be lovely to turn this, to continue holding this daily 20 as support. So you can see that right now we have had closes below it, but we're above and we're holding this daily 20, which means we're in an uptrend. As long as we can continue to hold this daily 20 EMA, okay, so previously the last 2 times it's come down to that 20 EMA, it has bounced off of it, okay? So right now what we're looking for here, again, is that bounce. And I have said that this daily 55 is creeping down and this 20 is creeping up. Okay, so what you could get is some sort of price compression here in between the EMAs before you get some sort of breakout. Okay, some sort of horizontal triangle or a squeeze potentially to these EMAs as they creep down. Okay, so this is what happens. You get caught into a corner. Okay, the price compression squeezes you into a corner between the EMAs. It's called an EMA squeeze before you get a break either to the upside, okay, or you get a break to the downside and you retrace to the lows that you came from. Okay, so that's a quick update for you on Everdome today. Key points to take away: hold this 20 EMA, equally this level of support at 0.0238. Okay, and if you do lose that, look for support on this ascending daily. The last leg in the sand is this ascending level of support here on the daily time frame. Okay, if you do start to lose that, as I said, you're potentially creating some sort of reversal wave looking to come down, retest these lows. Okay, and if you was to come down and hit your head on those, you are potentially looking to retrace to these previous lows that we formed back here in September, early days of September. Okay, so either way, whichever way this goes, guys, okay, if we do hold here and start to get this squeeze, okay, and come up into these EMAs, okay, a decision will be made and we'll look at that further down the line. Okay, but either way, guys, if you do start to pull back here and have some sort of larger correction, as long as you don't lose these local lows, okay, things are not bearish. Okay, you're holding support. You're trying to build a foundation here. If you do retrace, it's all about holding these lows. If you do come down and lose these lows here and this foundational support, it's game over. You're looking at a lot more further downside, which will project in the near future as this chart plays out. But for me, okay, right now, what the charts are showing us, what data is showing us, is that right now we're in an uptrend. We're holding this daily 20 of support. You got above the daily, you've been holding it. Right now you ran shy of the 55 and potentially you're looking to get your bounce again, okay, up into this 55 somewhere and retesting these local highs. So all that we have to do is hold this ascending level of support. That's it, okay? If you lose it, go short. It's as simple as that, okay? If you start to see Dome start to come down and lose this trend line, okay, and do something like this where it comes down, hits its head on it, go short. It's that simple, and you're going to retest these lows, okay? It's a game of support and resistance. This is your support, and right now this is your resistance, okay? So if you used to come down, hold here, and come back up, again, as I said, you'd be getting that squeeze, wouldn't you? Okay, and you'd be getting the squeeze between the EMAs. Whereas if you was to lose this ascending level of support, start closing below the 20, especially if you started to come down and close below that 20 and hitting your head on it, you are giving confirmation that you're going to come down and retest these lows. So again, if you was to start to lose the 20 and you're looking at retracement in the near short term, I think you could potentially be looking to come back down to these areas here. Okay, where you've done something like this, we come down like this, do this, and then come down and get a touch. Okay, and it'd be nice to see a continuation at that point. If not, and you did start retracing, if you lost this one fib at 0.0191, okay, and hit your head on that, for me, you're looking at these lower targets down here, okay, which is essentially retesting these local lows, the local bottoms, okay, and these will be your downside targets. If you start to lose this one fib, okay, if this low gets lost, because look, you came up, came back for support, broke out. If you start to come down and do something like this and lose this one fib, okay, you can see that potentially what might actually happen. Okay, if you was to come down here to the 0618 and bounce up and get rejected, okay, and continue to roll, you could see that you'd have this left shoulder, this head, and potentially a right shoulder, and you'd have this level of support right here, okay, with a technical target to the downside. This is just guesstimations, guys, okay, but you can see if you did lose that head and shoulders target, straight away you're going to be coming back down to the 1618 and retesting these local lows here for Dome. So that's something we don't want to happen. We don't want to fall back down to this area here for support, okay, and we don't want to get rejected and create some sort of A, B, C wave, because I think it would be quite negative if we did do that and you would be forming some sort of head and shoulders here. for Dome on the daily time frame. Okay, but right now data's showing us we're holding this 20 and we're holding it beautifully. As long as this could start to continue to creep up and this comes down on our heads and you hold this, okay, you are looking to get squeezed up, and as I said, you're going to get compression between these EMAs and then look for a break. Okay, so again, hold the 20 and hold this ascending level of support. Okay, this ascending level of support right here. Hold this previous resistance, okay, because look, resistance broke out, come back, hold it as support, continuation. Okay, if you start to come back and lose that and turn the support into resistance, do look for further downside. Okay, retesting these local lows, guys. So that's a quick update for you today on Everdome. I hope you enjoyed today's content. If you did, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, from Chart Nerd TA, peace out.